Hey, Slanch, I do buckaroos, and how the heck are you? What did I do with my shot glass? I guess I had it in my hand. I don't know what I did with it. There we go. This one's kind of off the cuff. I haven't been doing much lately. It's been a rough time around here, but thought I'd do kind of an impromptu video with y'all if I can not spill. There we go. Got a couple to do, a neat pour or two, or maybe three. Starting with the Ben Holiday 1856 original bottled in bond at 100 proof. I'm going to set that down for a second. Now that it's poured, pick this up, sure everything's working correctly. Oh. There we go. Yep, looks like everything is going. All right, just wanted to double check. I'll set that back down. Put that there. All right. Left side. I like this holiday. The soft red wheat is nice too. But I'm more of a traditional bourbon guy, so I really like this one. I like bottled and bond. You know what you're getting. This is a 6-year-old bottled and bond. Bottled and bond must be 4 minimum. This is a 6-year-old bottled and bond. It's a very nice bourbon. A lot of barrel on the nose. A lot of barrel on the nose, man. A lot of vanilla, a lot of big oak, a lot of mixed spice. Allspice. Get some ginger, some clove. Anybody have any questions or comments? Feel free to put it up there. I'll answer almost anything, unless you're just being a complete asshat. Then, in that case, just keep it to yourself. just keep it to yourself. Oh, mercy. This is a nice whiskey, though. Holiday, located in western Missouri, just about 40 minutes or so north of Kansas City. Weston's a nice little town, kind of an Irish theme, but there's a lot of neat little shops there. Got a great Irish store, but there's some other, a great little Italian shop as well. It's a great little tourist spot, right? You find a lot of little things in there. Oh man, that's just a delectable whiskey. Little bit sweet up front. You might feel some dark fruit notes there around the middle. You could pick up some date and or fig, some raisin, even dark cherry wouldn't be unusual. You might even feel some overripe plum notes in there as well. It's really between you and your taster if you want to know the truth. Just a little bit of lingering spice in the finish. John says John is watching. Well, John, if you're still with me, Slancha, if you'd like to jump on, I'll send you a link. Just let me know. I think John left me though. Sorry for the dead air there. I kind of forgot where I was going there for a sec. I was going to say something, decided I better not. Um, Tomorrow's a memorial for our grandson, Ben. We lost him a couple weeks back. So it's just been a rough period of time for all of us, especially my daughter and son-in-law. But my wife and I have had a rough time as well. I'm lucky that they kind of understood at work and let me have a few days off here. We hear a lot about depression and bullying, and everybody acts like there's nothing we can do about it. Well, we've all had to live with this, so people are going to have to toughen up. How about if we just teach kids not to bully? I don't know why that is so hard. I don't know why that's such a difficult thing to teach people to be decent human beings. Of course, when we have a so-called leader that acts like a petulant child, it perpetuates that bully mentality. Anybody that supports him just absolutely disgusts me. Because this is what you're supporting, somebody that calls people names for no reason other than he disagrees with them. Calling a reporter piggy. I mean, this stuff's ridiculous. This is bullying. And if you're accepting that, then there's something seriously wrong with you. Because it starts from the top down. We've allowed this behavior to continue, and nobody's doing a damn thing about it. So rather than teach our kids to be decent human beings, we've allowed the worst person on the planet to lead us. And it's fucking disgusting. So yeah, I'm going to be cranky for a little bit. That's all the politics I'm going to get into, but I felt like it needed to be said. You know, people talk about bullying being wrong, but yet you look up and you revere the biggest bully on the frickin' planet. And this is what happens when things go unchecked. People undervalue mental health care in this country. Things are still looked down upon to get help, to seek help. So not enough is being done, and it's just expensive. So folks aren't getting the help they need for the most part. Ben was, but obviously it just wasn't enough. Now, in all honesty, I feel like there's enough blame to go around, even for myself. Everybody can and should do better. But anyways, I digress. That's why I haven't been doing much lately. I haven't been drinking a lot lately because I'm afraid to go too dark. Had a few days off initially right after we lost him, and then went back to work, and had 3 days off for the memorial. Go back to work on Tuesday. Memorial's tomorrow. Let's see. What I pour next will be dictated by the glass I pick up. Black Sea Shines out of Timberlake City, Missouri. It's only about an hour from me, so I'm going to call it local. They're really good. Had a great visit up there. I'll get about an ounce in there ish. Uh, Black Sea Shines. Yeah, I had a great visit up there. Oh, I don't know, it was about 2 months ago now when we were up there, maybe a little bit longer actually. But man, it was they're really nice folks up there. The guy will talk your ear off. Well, I had a great conversation, man. There were people in and out. I was there for two-hour sessions. Went there. My wife did some shopping, picked me up. We got something to eat. Went back for a couple more hours. It was fun, man. There was a lot of conversations. There was a lot of um, well, I won't say lies, but we were telling a lot of stories, both of us. There might have been some embellishments. Ain't gonna lie about that, but a line I like to steal from a song, Delbert McClinton tune called "The Rub." So I might mislead you, but I never lie to you. And the character says, "Well, hell, that's the way it ought to be." So I might mislead you, but I never lied to you. Anyway, Sláinte. This whiskey is something else, man. For a very young whiskey, this one's at 111. I'm sorry, 101. My bad. This one's at 101. The GBR 77. This one's won some awards for him. It is just so remarkably easy to drink at that proof. This whiskey is so tasty. Now, he won't give away some secrets. He's doing some things up there, and he's not giving away some secrets. Man, oh man, whatever they're doing is just right. Oh, I missed some comments there. They weren't showing up there. I wasn't seeing they're covered. They're doing things different than they used to, and I'm just trying to get used to it again. Gabriel, hi. How you doing, buddy? John, if you're still with me, here's to you. Oh, mercy. So I feel like I've been going in and out between shock and running through the stages of grief over and over, because it just doesn't seem right. I keep trying to run everything back in my mind. Is there something that I could have done different or better? That I've been more present? I don't know. At this point, there's just a lot of what ifs. The problem is that nothing changes the outcome. So it doesn't necessarily do any good to run through everything, even though I can't help myself from doing it. And I feel like, in the Avengers, the Hulk, when he says, "What's your secret?" So, well, the secret is I'm always angry. That's how I feel. I feel like I'm always angry, and I'm trying to hold it back most of the time and not turn into that big monster. And then sometimes this something just triggers that, and I'll just get angry because that anger's there. It's right there. It's just waiting for one thing to trigger it to pop out. So I've been really kind of trying to walk on eggshells for myself lately, so I don't go too far, so I don't snap at the wrong people, especially at work. Try not to get upset because they're not doing anything wrong, but I am just so raw that the slightest thing is going to set me off. But not only my bosses and coworkers, everything, the folks that I see at work, everybody's been really trying to be very kind and understanding of where I'm at this moment. So when I have gone slightly too far, they've overlooked it, understanding why I'm just upset all the time. And that's an issue. It's something I'm gonna have to deal with myself. Is that anger is just in there all of the time, and I've got to figure something out so it just doesn't go, you know. And then you go through social media and those memories pop up. His birthday would be Monday. So all that's popping up right now. And oh my goodness. And then we kind of also, relive the loss of our son Seamus. Hmm? Oh, it is today. You're right. I was thinking it was the 8th. 6th, you're right. Yes, right. I got confused. I kept thinking it was Monday the 8th. It's the 6th. Anyway, like I said, it's just been tough to hold everything together. That's why all those birthday pictures popped up today. That makes sense now. Kept thinking it was Monday. That's why I was pushing that emotion back. Anyways, back to the whiskey. It is nice. It is more nuanced than you would expect a very young whiskey to be. But yeah, you can't tell it's a young whiskey. I personally get a lot of raw sugar, some honey in here. There is some barrel, but it does feel young, right? Uh, just young oak, light spice. Anyways. Mercy. All right, so the third glass is more generic, so we're gonna just grab something over here if I can get to it. So whiskey I got for my birthday. It's a 3 bottle set. Somehow this one lasted longer than the other two. I'm not really sure why. It wasn't that I liked it the least. It's just the way it ended up. This is the sherry cask finish, Grangestone Highland single malt Scotch. They don't give me an age on it. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably 6 to 8, but I don't know that to be a fact. It is an 80 proof whiskey. It is nice though. I mean, it's not bad. I'm more of an Irish single malt Irish guy, if I'm being honest. And I've kind of gone back to my roots and become more of a bourbon drinker. Although over the last few years, I've really gravitated towards rye. I really have started to get into rye whiskeys. I like the chewiness, especially of a cask rye. But I am starting to enjoy some scotch. I have a good one here that a friend gave me, but thought I'd save that one to share with another friend. But since I've had that one since my birthday, I figure out let me drink some of that. Looks like it's probably a Dalmore glass. That's kind of a generic Scotch thing there. That's why I grabbed the Scotch. And probably because I just drank those other two big ones, but just had those other two really big ones. This one feels really mellow at 80 proof, almost like drinking water now. But you do feel those nice smoke notes. Oh. Ah. The truth is, it's tough and sometimes it's hard to remember because I'm guilty of it myself. But we should always be kind to everybody because nobody knows how much anybody has left in their tank. Sometimes I feel like I'm right there at the end and I just can't take any more grief. I don't know how much more I can take. So we should always be kind to everybody. I need to try to remember that myself. Because I feel like, especially over the last few years, we've just become a vicious society, lashing out at everybody that doesn't agree with us. It's like that, to borrow a Star Wars term, it's that Sith mentality. If you're not with me, you're against me. Everybody that doesn't think like you somehow an enemy, and it shouldn't be that way because it didn't used to be that way. This seems like everything's driven by hate these days. And I don't know how we get past that now with society. It almost feels like we're too far gone to change. We got folks denying science. It feels like we're heading into another dark ages with folks trying to rewrite history or just whitewash it completely to pretend things didn't exist. That's why I have a shirt that says, just so we're clear, slavery was bad, because you've got a group of people out there that want to pretend it didn't exist. But it almost feels like that's how the 1% feels about the rest of us, that we're nothing more than cattle. We're nothing more than a means to an end. We are not people in their eyes. And it's evident in the policies being made today that we are not thought of as people, just a means to an end so they can acquire more wealth. They want us just to be breeding stock, and when we're no longer capable of that, just to get rid of us. We can no longer carry the water for them. They want to put us out to pasture. Healthcare in this country is absolutely ridiculous. So anyways, I digress. I'll end my angry rant video, but I would just try to keep some of you in the loop. I've had folks ask why I haven't been on very much lately, why I haven't been doing videos. I just have been keeping to myself for the most part the last few weeks. Just on here and there, trying to pretend everything is fine. So this is me telling you everything is not, but once I get through the memorial, I'll go back to pretending everything's fine again. I'll get back into character that people expect to see from me. Get back to the lovable buffoon. But it's just hard to act these days. So anyway, I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and All around good guy, Slancha. And man, if you learn nothing, my question is, why can't we all just be kind? Why can't we all just do the right thing? Why why are we allowing empathy to be thought of as a weakness? Just be decent human beings, all.